Welcome to your 10 minutes Pilates. Focusing on the core, although obviously all the exercises work the core, but this time focusing on the core strengthening, not just to get great abs, but also because it helps our posture and it helps us to lift, turn, all that kind of stuff. So feet hip width apart, toes, knees, hips in alignment, and just wiggle that ball side to side, wiggle your tailbone side to side. So we're going to find our neutral spine. So you're going to imagine pointing your tailbone right to left, and then forward and back, so tucking and tilting. This is good for loosening up your back as well. And then find that center point, that middle point. It'll be your powerhouse, your rectangle shape. Imagine stretching up and out of the waist, up through the crown of the head. Draw your belly button in, aim for about a 5 or 6 out of 10. Draw the pelvic floor muscles in and up again, aim for about a 5 or 6 out of 10. And imagine you've got a resistance band wrapped around and you're drawing it tight to start to engage your oblique muscles. Shoulders back and down. So you breathe in through the nose, feel your whole rib cage expanding. And out through the mouth, squeezing all the air out. You're inhaling deep and wide. And exhale, scoop. So use your lungs and your diaphragm just as you would any other muscle. So keeping that breath going, keeping the alignment, feet, knees, hips, stretching up through the crown of the head. Just going to hold on to opposite elbows. Keep the shoulders in line with your elbows. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to take a little twist. Now make sure you're not just taking the arms around. You're turning through the ribs, but keeping the hips still. Pause. So you kind of feel like a wringing out motion of your tummy muscles and your postural muscles. Inhale, center. Exhale, round the other way. Now really take your time, because although it seems really simple, what we're trying to do is isolate. So we're not pulling the arms around and we're not twisting through the hips. We're just kind of turning through the ribs and feeling like we're kind of wringing out the postural muscles, the muscles alongside your spine. So press your feet down into the floor and keep stretching up through the crown of the head. Again, using the breath. Inhale nose, exhale mouth. And come back to center. Open the arms out, relax the shoulders, breathe in. As you breathe out, extend one leg out, flex the foot. Inhale, lower. Switch. Exhale, extend the other leg and pause for a second. And inhale, lower. So again, we're focusing on that hold and squeezing. And again, the reason we're using the ball is because even the simplest exercises become more challenging. So we work harder without doing too much. So we're going to add those two. So hold on to opposite elbows. Breathe in. As you breathe out, extend the right leg and twist to the right. Hold. Inhale, unwind, replace. Then switch. So extend the leg. Turn through the upper body. See what I mean about even like the simplest exercise becomes a lot harder on the ball. Hence why we end up working more muscles. Even doing things that are pretty relatively easy. But don't be fooled. Quite often the things that look easy turn out to be the most challenging. Woo! One more each side. So again, really take your time. When we try and rush through it, that's when we end up falling all over the place. So often people try and rush and get things out of the way, but that's not always the best plan. And back to center. Release the arms. We're going to come down to a kneeling position. And you're going to bring your forearms onto the ball. You're going to hinge forward slightly without collapsing. And we're going to just draw, I say just draw a big circle. We're going to stir the pot. So we're going to inhale forward, exhale back and around, keeping the abs braced, keeping your eye gaze fixed on a point ahead of you. So again, take your time, no rush. And when we try and rush, we often end up falling flat on our face. Then we're going to go around the other way. So inhale around, exhale back and in. So go really press down into the ball. Adjust your elbows. I find my elbows tend to go off to the side, but that's okay. Adjust your elbows. One more. Relax your jaw. Come back and adjust your elbows as needed. Again, keep the abs braced. You're going to inhale, roll forward as far as you can. Pause. And exhale, roll it back. So the idea is we don't collapse the back or the hips. You just roll it forward, pause for a second, and exhale back. Just two more. So it's almost like you're doing like a kind of just holding a forearm plank position. There, bring it back. And one more. Inhale forward, pause. And exhale back. This time I'm going to come right out into plank position. So make sure you've got enough room. You're going to walk forward so that you're coming off the end into that plank position. Now press the legs down into the ball. So you're not sinking your hips, stretch through the toes. Try and keep the toes kind of together if you can. Relax the shoulders, scoop the belly button in. Nice full deep breath in and out. Then you're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to bend your knees and imagine rolling the ball in towards you without tensing your shoulders. Pause. And inhale, roll it back out. So again, take your time. Make sure you've got a room around you in case you do end up crushing. So exhale, roll the ball in just as far as you feel kind of confident. Hold. And roll it back out. Just going to do two more of those. Just keep checking you're not tensing the shoulders. So roll it in, hold. And roll it out. And one more. Roll it in like a bent leg pike. And roll it out. Now come back a little bit. So there's kind of less of the body off the ball. So it's probably around on my pelvis here. So my hands are perhaps a little bit wider than normal, but than they were. Breathe in. As you breathe out, just see if you can hover the right hand off the floor, lower it down. Breathe in, breathe out, hover the left hand off the floor and release. So exhale, whoo, release, and you might need to adjust, and that's okay. That's the whole point, right? Is working out which muscles we need to engage in order to be able to do it. So don't worry if it doesn't quite work to start with. You know, hover it, see which muscles you need to work, touch down as you need to, press into the legs again. See how you need to adjust. That's the whole point. It's working out which muscles You need to engage, and it may not work straight away, and that's okay. That's why we're here. That's why it's called a practice, right? So if you notice, it's taking me a little bit to work out which muscles I need to engage. Woo! Release. Exhale, lift. And release. Again, you may find after a couple of repetitions that it gets a little bit easier. Again, try not to rush. Don't hurry. Just check that you're not tensing. Don't tense in the places where you don't want to tense. Woo! Last one. And release. Fantastic. Come back. We're going to see if we can roll out a tiny bit further so that we see if we can come to bring just our feet on the ball. So coming out, so you've just literally now got your feet and shins on the ball. You're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to just try and roll the ball side to side a little bit. And just right and left. Whee! Relax those shoulders. Just going a little bit left, a little bit right. Again, have a bit of fun with it. It's okay. It's okay if it goes wrong. So you're working your upper body as well. A little bit left. And back to center. And walk your hands back to where you started. Yay! Then coming onto your knees. Now we're going to come into a gate pose variation. So I'm going to take my right foot out to the side. Make sure this left knee is underneath your hip, so it's not too far out, too far in. Tuck your tailbone under and make sure this leg, wherever your foot is pointing, make sure it's straight so it's not like bent like that. If the knee is kind of like wishy-washy like that, you may end up straining. Now you can do this without the ball. It's all good. So you can just do it, you know, again, without the ball, totally up to you. What we're going to do is we're going to work the oblique muscles. So we're going to stretch across, shoulders relaxed. And exhale, lift back up. Now the challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to use the ball. We're going to do 4 of them, with or without the ball. Make sure the body is stable. So press into that foot, squeeze the butt. Reach the ball up, relax the shoulders, tummy pulled in, looking straight ahead. So we inhale, a little stretch, don't need to go too far. Pause, make sure you're not tensing the shoulders. And exhale, lift yourself back up, working those oblique muscles. Good. Inhale, stretch, pause, exhale, brace. And if you've got 2 more, again, keep your legs strong. And really feel like you're using those oblique muscles to lift you up. 1 more, in and out. And release. Awesome. Switch to the other side. So set the other foot out. Then take a bit of time to set up. Knees under your hip. Maybe you can do it without the ball. It's all good. Keep this leg straight. So press into the floor. Firm up the thighs. Scoop the belly button in. Shoulders relax. So either arms up or with the ball, totally up to you. If you have got the ball, make sure you're relaxing the shoulders. And inhale over to the other side. Pause. And exhale, brace and lift. So you're feeling that side waist working. Inhale across. Pause. And exhale. Brace as you lift. Just 2 more. In. And out. And in, and out, and release. Pop the ball down, hands on the ball. Little kneeling cat. And inhale, lift the tailbone, heart forward. Exhale, arch up, belly button to spine, rounding over. Inhale, flex, heart forward. Exhale, pull the belly button in, chin towards chest. In and out. And in and out. And release, release the ball. Come down onto the floor. You can just pop the ball out of the way for the now. Arms up. Lean back slightly, scooping the belly button in. We're doing like a reverse teaser. You know, breathe in as you breathe out. Raise one leg up, as if you're doing like a reverse teaser. Inhale down, exhale, other leg. Inhale down. So again, make sure there's no strain in the back. You can always take the hands behind you if there's any strain in the back and just kind of like maintain that teaser position. Scooping, so you're slightly behind your sit bones. So obviously normally we'd come up into a teaser position, balancing on the sit bones, but here we are doing it kind of reverse. Then see if you can lift both legs and lower. But exhale, lift and lower and lift and lower. Release. Come back up. One last little challenge. Should you choose to accept it, you don't have to. You can repeat what we've just done. But if you do, fancy little challenge. Why do I do these things? Lean back slightly, lift the ball, breathe in, breathe out, bring the foot to the ball. Inhale low, keep the shoulders relaxed. So we're working the whole body. Again, make sure you're not tensing the shoulders. And again, you can choose to try and lift both legs and lower and lift and lower. Just got two more. Lift and lower. Last one. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Whew. And release. Fantastic. Take a nice deep breath in. And out. And in. And out. Give yourself a round of applause. Fantastic. Well done. Let me know how you go.